Hi Barbie, it's Barbie, and you're about to be read. If you do not consent to this reading, I'm giving you 5 seconds to leave. And anybody else who stays, this message is indeed for you or someone around you, though this message is extremely specific and for a specific group of light workers, not every single light worker. A lot of people like to throw that term around. But yeah, this is extremely specific, so if you feel called to stay, please listen with the intent to learn and understand. We are done with the antics. We are done with the dressing up of spirituality. People, have these ideas about what it means to be a spiritual individual. And as a light worker, I need you to shed every single thing that you thought you knew about spirituality. Shed it. Throw it down the drain, let it go, because it's keeping you in a loop. If you're somebody who's been healing for a long time, I feel like that's your indication that the way that you may be transversing in the spiritual realm and as a spiritual individual in the physical realm may need a little bit of a tweak, okay? Not saying throw every single thing away, because of course we're in a delayed reality, okay? We're in a delayed reality that results show up a little bit later than when you do the thing, okay? Just like your health and wellness journey, just like any other journey, it takes some time to build the skill, okay? So I'm not saying throw every single thing away. That's not what I'm saying, but I am saying there are pivotal points in the way that we are operating as light workers that will need a little bit of tweaking and healing. 9 times out of 10, everything is spiritual. There you can see God in every single way, in every single thing. And so when we have these rules and guidelines about, oh, you're supposed to do this way, or you're supposed to heal this way, or you're supposed to take a spiritual bath this way, or you're supposed to root yourself this way, or you're supposed to do this way, it's like, no, that's not true. Maybe that's true for you, and truth is not only dependent on the person, but it's also dependent on the time. Times have changed, and so truth also changes. And so being a flexible, sirens as a confirmation, being as flexible as a bamboo stick, because bamboo is pretty malleable and flexible. You can bend it and it will still go back straight, but it will also hold the bend. And so as we transverse in the spiritual realm, as we grow closer and closer to fulfillment, I wouldn't say I was gonna say nirvana, but I wouldn't say that. I would say fulfillment. As we go closer and closer to fulfillment as a collective, things are going to start feeling wilder, and to again take the reality that you're seeing and applying old rules to it, it's not going to work out. There has to be a renewal in the way that you are viewing and seeing yourself, and in the way that you are viewing and seeing your reality, your capabilities, and what you quote unquote deem as spiritual. Most things are spiritual in their nature. And so taking away the shame, I feel like in a lot of light workers, there's a lot of shame based off of how you're supposed to move or what you're supposed to do, or even what your body naturally craves. Once you start to remove the trauma out of your body, you will start to see who you really are, and don't be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed of what you start to see or what you start to become when you remove that trauma. Okay? And there's also a group of light workers and of collectives that need to understand that you as a being that is transversing the physical and spiritual realm at the same time will go through so many different feelings, thoughts, and emotions, and they are all sacred. Your anger is sacred, your resentment is sacred, your sadness is sacred, your joy is sacred, your pleasure, your orgasm is all sacred. And so there's all of these feelings about how you're supposed to show up. Or I remember when I first started my spiritual journey, I was watching a bunch of men and they were always talking about semen retention, and I'm just like, okay, like I guess, but like me as a oxytocin based being, Why the fuck? And I don't even have semen. What the fuck am I retaining? So again, redefining what it means to be spiritual, and specifically for women, because women are highly in-depth spiritual beings that have lost the art of being themselves because of the patriarchy. And there's a certain aspect of the feminine energy, especially the mother energy, that is coming up. I'm hearing Mother Mary Magdalene. I'm hearing Lilith as well. Especially, and let's just focus on the Lilith energy a little bit, because an untamed, healed Lilith energy does indeed show up as a Jezebel spirit. And I said it and I meant it. And yes, the story of Lilith is very harsh. It's very sensitive. Even I can feel myself when I said that. I had a little twinge because of like the way that I said that. But there is a huge collective of women that has to heal from that. That has to heal from that mother wound. It's a bunch of wounds in one. It's sexual trauma. It's a mother wound. It's a power wound. It's a Lilith that has morphed into a controlling, psychopathic, jealous, crazy person. And you see that through the women in your life. And I feel like I'm also talking to light workers who have a problem. Light workers, specifically women who have a problem being in relation to or with other women. Because I'm going to be honest, as a light worker, I do have a problem with friends, having girlfriends. I have a problem with my mom. I have a problem with my sisters. Any like feminine friendship is difficult for me. And so I had to sit down and be honest with myself and say, how do I play into this trauma? What subconscious story is lingering in my mind or in the spiritual realm that I need to heal and fix? And so this is a broadcast to every single aspect of your subconscious mind. And Lilith is an aspect of our subconscious mind. She's not just a goddess, but that's what they are, though. Are you listening? These gods and goddesses are just aspects of our subconscious mind playing out, which turn them into physical things that may have power over us. And so healing that energy on every single level, a lot of us as light workers have to do that healing with the Lilith energy. And yes, we have the story of the traumatized woman, but we never talk about what the traumatized woman did to everybody else or everything that she created. And I feel like a lot of women are walking around with this guilt. You can see it in your mothers, even maybe in yourself, and a little bit of things that you've done, or you know what you regret in your life. And so again, re-envisioning and reimagining what it means to be a spiritual woman, especially what it means to be a woman in the story of women, remembering, healing, reconnecting. Meditation is extremely important and significant in this collective. I'm talking to specific light workers that hold these energetic memories and codes so that they can now unlock and heal the collective energy of specifically the Lilith energy. And Mother Mary is also showing up. There's a lot of regret. There's a lot of trauma in the mother energy. There's a lot of sexual trauma that has also been coming up a lot. And what mothers do when that happens, I was watching a TikTok earlier today, and this girl was recounting her sexual assault by her stepdad, and how after her mom knew, first of all, her mom knew that she got sexually assaulted, didn't do anything, and then all of a sudden decided to bring it up one day, asked her daughter. Her daughter told her, yes, this is something that happened to me. She was like, oh my God, I knew it, with the pastor on the phone. the pastor on the phone. I guess they were trying to figure out if it happened, or I don't know. Or maybe the mom knew it happened, asked the pastor, then the pastor told her to ask the daughter. The daughter said yes. And then after that, when the stepdad got home, she confronted the stepdad. They were yelling, fighting for like a couple of hours, and then everything went back to normal. The stepdad didn't leave. Nothing happened. And so those things get engulfed in your body. And I know for a fact, I know it in my soul, I don't even have to know these people, but I know that that mother who treated her daughter that way through her sexual assault is the same way she got treated when she was touched. There are women who've been touched generation after 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 generation. And that shit is in your body. It's locked in your DNA. That needs to be unlocked and healed. People think it's a joke. People don't want to talk about it. People feel uncomfortable. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a rat's ass. Rats may also be significant. I moved to the city, Baltimore City, and I've seen like 7,000 rats. I've been here for all of 14 days. Rats may be significant. I don't give a rat's ass. Dragons may also be significant. I do not give a rat's ass. These conversations need to be had. The healing has to be done. There is an awakening that is happening, but before the awakening, we all know we must go through the fire. And this is the year of what? Fire horse. And every single thing that wants to stay the same, every single thing that wants to replicate trauma, every single thing that wants to amplify the negativity that has been on this planet will indeed pass away. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that lightly. I don't say that for fun. That is a warning. That is a what is it called? A trumpet, a horn. The saxophone getting louder. Y'all need to pay attention. Things don't happen for no reason. The saxophone getting louder, i.e. referencing the horns or the trumpets of the Bible. I don't have to take that all the way. Y'all know where I'm going with that. Heal. And healing doesn't look like what it's been looking like. Healing doesn't look like what it's been looking like. It's reimagining itself in so many different ways and shapes and forms. And that's why I said, when you start turning into something else, as you begin to heal your body, do not be ashamed. Embrace, follow your body, follow your heart. How is it making you feel? How are you showing up? Listen, the signs and the signals, they will always be there. Make yourself lighter. Fasting is also significant. I've been involuntarily fasting because I'm broke. And I'm not broke, the money's coming. But eating less, I mean, actually, I could get the food, but I choose not to. Because honestly, I'm not that broke. I'm bluffing. I could, but I don't. Because you need to reduce the noise. Food is a noise, it's information. And so when you want to hear your body better or hear what spirit is telling you, again, the sirens. This is not a fucking drill. You have to reduce the noise, so reduce social media time a little bit. You don't have to fast every day, but like at least 24 hours or like once a week fasting, just to reduce the noise so that you can hear your spirit. A lot of the food is not good for us anyway. And so just reducing the amount of trauma you're adding to your body so that you can move in the direction and then at the pace that spirit is telling you to move in. But if you're watching this video, again, you are in the right direction. You are going in the right direction. You are moving in the right direction. If this video found you, you are probably one of these light workers that are extremely important to the transformation of this planet. And so continuing to heal your body, continuing to nourish yourself in so many different ways, listening and understanding your body so you can know what's best for you. And that's another thing. We're throwing out the rules. There are so many rules. And I don't care how traditional they are. I don't care hoodoo, voodoo, whatever, Santa Maria, the Orishas, blue. I mean, I'm no disrespect. I love them. And there are certain things that I've been drawn to and I've practiced in. And maybe they fucked me up a bit. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be over there. But even the people that are over there, I feel like the rules that sometimes comes into these traditions or orders limit us. They don't account for us as individuals. They don't make space for you as a human being living a human experience. They don't account for you as a creator. And so listening to your body fully and completely, because the body was the first altar. The body was the first altar. So listening to your body fully and completely and moving, resting, loving, dancing, singing, giving, how your body is calling you to dance, move, sing, give, love. Okay? I love you so much. This might also be I love you so much. This might also be confirmation, the dings. Because you have been elevating. Let's pull some cards. I haven't pulled one card yet. I haven't pulled one card yet. You can even use this deck. I don't think I've ever read with this one. I think I have. Overthinking, yeah. So stop overthinking. Parent legacy. I've also been getting the pack. The wolf has to lead the pack. That's also another message I've been getting. From the 12 bloodlines, there will be at least one individual that turns their back on the bloodline because of lack of evolution, and that's on every single level. It doesn't matter, poor, rich, black, white, whatever. That's on every single level. There is a stuck energy, and that's another thing. Spirituality being transformed into something that is extremely materialistic, and everybody's spiritual journey is derived based on what they can manifest and not who they are. And so you have this idea, spiritual, rich people can be extremely spiritual, but just because you aren't as rich doesn't mean you aren't as spiritual. Money and spirit is extremely tied together, but the money will come if that is something that you're worried about. But doing and moving through your spiritual nature because of who you are, because of you and your healing, and even because of your inner child, I'm being called to say that. And so removing all the judgment that you have over who you are and where you're at the moment, and just letting everything be, and knowing that whatever material things that you desire, they will come, they will materialize, but that not being your main focus. And I'm a victim of this. I am. But again, recap. These are the things that you need to be focusing on, because there was a lot being said. Who are you? Remembering you, who you are, remembering your power, the trauma, letting it go, allowing yourself to fully and completely be you, not allowing other energies or other entities to take your space or take your spot or wreak havoc in your life. Destiny swapping at its most spiritual level. Everybody's scared of somebody, a physical person taking their spot. But what about a spirit? What about a traumatic spirit that entered you when you were a kid, when you were experiencing your sexual assault, or when you were experiencing physical abuse? These things happen and they take your spot. That's why I was referencing the Joker about the cartoon in the beginning where he was walking down. I don't know if I said that in this video because I had to record this so many times, but there is a video, there was like a little cartoon. If you watch the most recent Joker, in the beginning of the first movie, there was a cartoon of him walking down a red carpet, and his shadow was following him, and then his shadow entered him and started fucking shit up, shooting at people, doing all this extra stuff. And then the shadow left, and he was left to pick up the pieces of what his shadow did. And I feel like a lot of us, especially light workers, are dealing with this type of possession, this type of like double-sidedness or whatever, twin, even referencing the movie Us, that takes your space and does things in your name. And so domination magic, reclaiming that power, letting go and releasing your trauma, remembering, not even remembering every single way that you were traumatized, but removing every single energy that entered your body because of the trauma, in the guides of whatever contract they said. Maybe you called out for help and this is what answered. But letting those things go and reclaiming your power and dominance over your body, tending to and caring for your inner child at the same time, because that's who really took the brunt of the trauma. So reclamation of your body, which leads to embodiment. I hope I'm not doing too much. I hope I'm not doing too much. But yeah, which leads to embodiment. And that's how you truly, quote unquote, manifest. If we were talking about manifestation, if you're worried about something, embodiment through domination over your subconscious mind and your body. And the body is indeed the subconscious. I'm sorry, that's it. I'm sorry, I had to, taking it too far, ADHD. But yeah, that's number 2. Number 3, familiar trauma, healing the feminine energy, the Lilith energy, the Mother Mary energy, and whatever it looks like for you. These are just big archetypes that we can see, but we may have, especially if you remember where you come from. Sorry to every person that was displaced from their land and don't remember where the fuck they come from. But if you do, you may have specific feminine energy and archetypes that you can heal. But if you don't, I gave you some Lilith, Mother Mary, Magdalene Mary, Miriam, Heather, Hathor, Isis, Set. These feminine energies and archetypes were powerful, but they were also extremely traumatized. And so healing that trauma in them so that the feminine energy can start operating in her highest light. Because we are still a bit dimmed, I will have to say. Okay? That's your homework. I love you so much. I hope this helped. I hope you feel healed. I hope you took notes. If you need to rewatch this video, please do so. I'm going to rewatch this video and take notes because I said things and I was like, oh, yeah. So, again, my name is Barbie, and you have just entered the Barbieverse. If this is something that you resonated with, please give me a follow, like, and share. Please go on my website, www.barbieacademy.com, and book a healing session today. Okay? Your healing is my healing is your healing, and we all heal together. I love you so much. Bye.